Hey everyone, this is Y again, and I'm going to be going over the history of the mysterious helmet commonly referred to as the Grd helmet. It's got some interesting history to it, and I wanted to cover that. So I've dug deep back into the internet to track down any and all information that I could regarding this particular helmet. It took some time to unearth all this information, because I hit a lot of dead ends since the information is pretty old, and there's a lot of misinformation regarding the helmet out there. So to kick things off, let's take a look back at the first glimpse that we got of this helmet. It all started back in 2011. This is back when Reach was the latest Halo game in the series. The first map pack was already out for fans to enjoy, and 343 Industries began building excitement for the second map pack. This would become 343's very first map pack that they'd ever release. It was to be called the Defiant Map Pack. It contained 3 maps total, 2 multiplayer maps, Condemned and Highlands, as well as 1 firefight map named Unearthed. These maps were created in a joint effort between 343 Industries and Certain Affinity. To promote the map pack, they released a trailer and a number of promotional screenshots. Those screenshots served as a way to show off the new maps, but among a few of those screenshots, you could actually see a player sporting a new helmet that was never seen in a Halo game before. While in some of the screenshots, the helmet's kinda hard to see since it's off in the distance, there is this one particular one, where it's clear as day that it is indeed a new helmet. The community quickly made the connection between this helmet's design, namely the eyepiece, and how it resembles the BOB, or Bobs, from the Marathon series. Now, if you're not familiar with Marathon, let me give you just a quick history lesson on what Marathon is. Marathon is one of Bungie's older game series that they made before creating Halo. It's a first-person shooter that Bungie released back in the 90s for the Macintosh platform. In the Marathon series, Bobs are humans that are born and live on the Marathon ship. Their name is an acronym for Born on Board, hence the name Bob. The trademark look for a Bob is a lens attached to their right eye. Noticing the similarity between Bob and this helmet? They both have that lens over the right eye. Now I know what you might be thinking. Isn't it usually referred to as the Grd helmet? Well, we'll get to that in just a bit. But at this point, the community referred to it as the Bob helmet. So that now the existence of this helmet is known, questions started being raised about what is the helmet, how do we get the helmet, are we getting the helmet, and things of that nature. Before the map pack would be released, GameSpot published an interview with 343's Frank O'Connor, where he was asked the possibility of getting new armor with the Defiance Map Pack. Here's how he responded.
And any other gear upgrades for those people still trying to outfit their Spartans?
You're not built into the, well, people should play it, put it that way.
Before stopping himself, it kinda sounds like he was about to say that the armor wouldn't be built into the maps, which would explain why modders were never able to find the helmet within the game's files. And he may have stopped himself from following through with that statement because the plans may not have been concrete at that point. Regardless, the very next day, Bungie released their weekly update, which read, "There is no new armor coming with the Defiant Map Pack. On March 15th, you can look forward to 3 new maps, Condemned, Highlands, and Unearthed." And on that same day, on the Halo Waypoint forums, BS Angel, the 343 Industries community manager at the time, was also saying the same thing by correcting people by telling them that no new armor was coming in the Defiant update. She was then asked to explain the mystery helmet, which she then responded with, "But then it wouldn't be a mystery anymore." Seriously though, I could tell you, but I'd have to kill you, and that goes against everything I believe in, you know, because the whole having to put effort into it thing. The Defiant Map Pack would go on to be released on March 15th, but with no signs of the helmet within the game. No new information surfaced about the helmet until a few months later during the Bungie vs. World event, which was held on July 7th. This event is where Bungie played against fans online through matchmaking. They streamed this event live through the entire day. A rumor had spread that during Bungie's stream, one of the Bungie employees quickly went through the helmets available in the game's armory. The rumor claimed that a Bungie employee had scrolled past the Bob helmet, and a name given to the helmet within the game was Grd, No one's been able to produce any evidence of this actually happening, and some people have even gone as far as creating fake photos to fuel this rumor. Anyways, this rumor got a lot of traction among the community, and the name GRD stuck, even though no one quite knew what GRD stood for. Armed with a name and the hope of its existence in the game, the fans began to try to uncover the secret to unlocking the helmet. 4 days after this event, Bungie employee Evil Otto responded in a Bungie forum post with the following message. Just to clear things up and stop with all the PMs, here's a quote directly from my FAQ. Certain Effendi, under the direction of 343 Industries, created Defiant Map Pack. When Microsoft released screenshots of the Defiant Map Pack, people noticed a previously unseen helmet on one of the Spartans. We at Bungie do not know what 343 has in store with this helmet, and the internet is full of theories. Like you, we will just have to wait and see what, if any, plans they have for it. After the Bungie Day Spectacular, a rumor was started that this helmet made an appearance during the live stream in our armory. This rumor has picked up a lot of hype and momentum, with a lot of people professing to have seen it. They couldn't have. It was never there. There's also some talk that I am feigning ignorance to cover something up. I am not. If I was in the know, I would simply say, I can't talk about it. Minutes after posting this, Otto also followed up with, one final post. I am done discussing the matter. From this point on, I am no longer going to even look at Bob or GRD PMs. I rarely visit the forums. Feel free to point people to my response or FAQ if the question pops up again. Even with this response, people still held on to hope that the helmet was hidden somewhere in the game. Moving ahead to the third and final map pack for Halo Reach, there's the Anniversary Map Pack. There was no sign of the GRD helmet within the promotional trailer or screenshots. The map pack was released on November 15th, where fans eagerly searched for more signs of the fabled helmet. And as it turns out, they did find something, this time from the unlikely source of an Easter egg. Hidden among the multiplayer maps from the Anniversary Map Pack are these little Spartan toy dolls. Does it look familiar? Well, it should, because it's wearing that very same GRD helmet. If you open up the game's files and take a look at the tag for this object, we do get a name, but it's not GRD. Instead, internally it's referred to as 5th Spartan. I didn't come across anything that would explain what exactly the term 5th Spartan means, but I was able to uncover why these toys are hidden throughout these maps. 343's David Ellis explains, we were promoting and experimenting with adding new armor variants as part of the anniversary release. Unfortunately, that feature was cut due to time resource constraints. The Spartan plushies on the anniversary maps are an acknowledgement of that via Easter egg. So that shines a lot of light on this subject. For starters, it tells us that the armor was planned to release with the Anniversary Map Pack and not the Defiant Map Pack. It also explains that the armor didn't make the cut due to time and resource constraints. And finally, it gives us an explanation as to why the toy Spartans were added in the Anniversary maps in the first place. And even though 343's plans to release the armor didn't quite pan out, we would get another callback to the GRD helmet a few years later. It would happen in a content update for Halo 5 in the form of the Warzone Firefight update. This update added a lot of new content to Halo 5, but the thing I want to focus on is a specific Forge item added in this update. And that item is none other than the toy Spartan that we saw back in Reach. It even kept the name 5th Spartan. And when asked about the name, 343 Industries' Tom French simply stated that it was the internal name of the model, and that he liked it. Which brings us to today. 343 has announced they will be unearthing the helmet and adding it to Halo Reach on MCC in a future update. The helmet itself will be called AKIS, and will release with 4 variants. There's the base variant, which its description gives a nod to its history by reading, the AKIS helmet and the associate components were highly classified, leading some operatives to question its very existence. Next is the GRD variant, which adds a high-end imaging sensor and processing package while also removing the visor. It also now makes the term GRD canon while also giving us the official acronym for GRD, which in this case stands for Ground Resolved Distance. Then there's a CBRN variant, which has the chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear filter, hence the CBRN name. And finally, there's the GRD/CBRN variant, which is the one we've seen and known throughout the years. This one sports both the imaging sensor and the mouth filter. And there you have it, the history behind the mysterious helmet from Halo Reach. Thanks for sticking around for the entirety of this video, and I hope you found this topic as interesting as I have. If you enjoyed the video, consider hitting the like button, and if you want to see more of my content, consider subscribing to my channel. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.